Hello everyone, this is Mamoon. Today we are going to work on Book 4, Unit 4, Part 2. So in Part 1, we did some vocabulary. Well, just to remind you, this is about vocabulary in Unit 4, Book 4. So last time we did Part 1, vocabulary, so we had many and we explained them. How we use them, a word form like is it a noun, is it a verb, or an adjective, or adverb. Now we move on to Part 2. In Part 2, we will have them the same vocabulary, but in a more practical way, how to use them in a sentence, in a situation. Of course, we will have many pictures, or we will understand how we use them in an example and from pictures. Unit 4 title is etiquette. So we will get started now. So in the first one, if you see it's underlined, we have against the rules, and this is the underlined expression. As we explained last time, against the rules, it's an expression we use when we describe any situation that breaks the rules or the law, or like in this picture, look at this picture, we have this red car, but the car is, look, I can see the lights, the traffic lights, they are not green, they are red, so the car shouldn't go while it is red. The car should stop. So if the car goes on and cross the lights, this means it is against the rules. So they will have, maybe the cameras on the traffic lights, if you see them, will catch or will maybe there will be a kind of the cameras will take photo of the car and the car number, and they will find the driver. So this is against the rules. So look at here, is it against the rules to turn on the on a red light? Yes, it is. So it is not allowed to go while the light is still red. Is it against the rules to turn on a green light? No, it isn't. So when it is green, the car can carry on, can go, while when it is red, the car is not allowed to go because it is against the rules. Now, in this picture, we have those two brothers, maybe. I know this is a boy, this is quite older, but are they both annoyed? Now, we are focusing on the word annoyed. Now, annoy as a verb is to cause a bad feeling about something bad maybe happens. So look at them, look at their faces, they are not happy. So if I am annoyed, I am not happy, right? I'm upset. So are they annoyed? Yes, they are. This means they are not happy with each other. Maybe they are fighting, arguing. You can see the picture explaining this. Do siblings sometimes feel annoyed with each other? So yes, of course, they do. I mean, generally, siblings, when we say siblings, we talk about brothers and sisters who come from the same family, so same parents. So do they argue? Do they feel annoyed with each other? Generally, yes, they do. So look at them, and the word is annoyed. We understand annoyed as not happy, upset, and so on. Of course, annoy is a verb. In the past participle is annoyed, so we add ed to make it an adjective. Okay? Annoyed with each other if we are talking about two people. Yeah? And here I can see this family. Everyone is smiling, happy, enjoying their food or dinner. So look at here, the verb or the word we need to focus on is appreciate. Appreciate is a verb. It is regular verb, so we say appreciated, appreciated, right? So the meaning of appreciate is to feel happy and thankful to what they have. So if I have a good family, so I should appreciate this. This means I should be thankful to the Lord, to Allah, that I have a good family. For example, if I have enough food, healthy food, I should appreciate this. So look at the example. Do they appreciate family dinners together? So this means they eat together, they appreciate that they are happy, they are sitting healthy together, they are eating, enjoying their food, everyone is satisfied, right? So yes, they do. They are thankful to be able to spend time together, because maybe other families can't sit together, maybe because of a disease, maybe because of work situation, so the father can't come and join his family on dinner. So while they are here all together, so they appreciate that they have family dinner together. So they are thankful, they are happy to have the dinner together. In here are the parents raising happy and healthy children. Now, what we are focusing on is the verb raise. Now, raise or to raise is a verb talking about looking after family members, like especially children. So caring for them, like to support them, to make them healthy, maybe teach them good habits. So I raise my children on good manners, so my children will have good manners, they will be polite, they will be well educated, maybe, right? So are the parents raising, and look in here, this verb tense is present continuous, so that's why we use are and ing to the verb. Yes, they are. Is it easy to raise children? No, it takes a lot. So it's not easy to look after children and give them, provide them, support them with every any factor that could help them become good. To have good manners, become healthy, make them happy. So it's really hard job for parents to do that. So that's why the question, is it easy to raise children? No, it takes a lot of work. Yes, parents, father and mother need to work hard together to make their children, to raise their children and make them healthy, happy, well educated, good manners, and so on. Now, the word is behavior. So behavior is how we do, how we react, how we tell, how we behave generally in our maybe society, in our family, with each other. So do you think this is appropriate? This means possible, or suitable, acceptable, or inappropriate, which is not allowed, not good behavior? Do you think it's a good behavior here? No. Look at the picture. The two kids they are twin, I guess. So they are maybe hitting each other, beating each other. They are fighting. So it is inappropriate behavior. They shouldn't fight, right? So behavior is the way how we deal with each other, the way how behave, the way how, and behavior is a noun, right? So how we show respect to others, how we be polite. So behavior is your manners, how to deal with others. Now, on this train, I can see people are standing. Look, they are standing on the doors. So do you think the doors will be able, or will be okay to close them? Of course, no, we can't close, the doors. The doors will not be easily closed because of people blocking the door. So what we mean by blocking here, or block as a verb, is to prevent or to be on the way, so you don't allow things to happen. For example, in here, are the people blocking the door? Yes, they are. It can't close. So the doors can't close. Why? Because those are blocking. So they are on the way, or they are in a place that prevents this place, or where they stand, they prevent doors to close. So should you block the door of a train? Of course you can't. So no, you shouldn't. It's dangerous and rude, of course. It is dangerous because it could really lead to bad accident, maybe to your legs or your body. And it is rude because even if it doesn't hurt you, I mean the door, it is rude because people are waiting. They need to come into or get into the onto the train, or people inside the train need to get out of the train. So it is rude for them. And you can see this green arrow. This means people should stand behind this arrow, in this area. So you are not allowed to block the door because it's dangerous and rude in general. So the verb block in the past is blocked, so I add ed. Now in present continuous, you can see are blocking the door, and so on. This girl looks, maybe she has some flu or cold, so she wants to clean her nose. So what is she doing? She is blowing her nose. To blow the nose, or blowing my nose, blowing her nose or his nose, this means to clean it. So I push more air through my nose to get all the maybe dirt or liquids or fluids in my nose, or even in my body in general, to get it out in a tissue, right? Look at this girl. So what is she doing? She is blowing her nose. What should you always do after you blow your nose? So if you blow your nose, what should you do after this? Of course, you need to wash your hands. This is for cleanliness, so to be healthy, because maybe some of what happens in your nose to go out, and this tissue could go on your hands, and whenever you touch anything, maybe you move this, maybe a virus, maybe dirt, you move it to the other place on maybe the door, or if you touch the table and so on. This could move a virus to other people. So you should wash your hands, as it's a healthy habit. So blow the nose is to clean the nose. I need to push more air out of my nose to take what's inside in my nose, or my breathing, maybe organs in my face, to take them out, to take all the liquid or fluid or anything out of my nose. The referee, sorry. So the referee here, this is the man, we call him referee. So he is holding a red card. What's red card? Red card is to dismiss, to stop the player playing in the game, so, or the match. So the player should leave the match, should leave the field. So it is a penalty. So penalty, we call it. It's like a punishment, right? So why do you think the referee show the red card to a player? Because the player breaks the rules, or in the past the player broke the rules. This means maybe the player hurt another player. It could really affect the health of that player, the second player, I mean, or it could really easily, I mean, hinder or stop the other player scoring. So this is against the rules, or this is breaking the rules. So look here, why did the referee, and this is the referee, give the player a red card? the player broke the rules. So broke is in the past, break is in present, right? Say break, broke, broken, right? So what happens when you break the rules? You get a penalty. So penalty could be a yellow card or red card, especially for those interested in or know more about football. So yellow card is just a warning. Another yellow card, you will get a red card, then you leave the football match. In this picture, you can see how it is really bad weather. So it is raining heavily in here. So you can see how it is maybe affecting how players play. So we call it call the game off. Call the game off is to cancel the game or to postpone it. This means to make it happen again, but in a later time with better situation, like a better weather. So call something off. This means to delay it, postpone it, or to cancel it. So did they call the game off? No, they are still playing, and you can see they are still playing. Even the rain is really affecting in here, but they are still playing. But what do you think? Will the referee call the game off soon? So the referee will keep thinking of how this rain, if it's getting really worse, so now the referee will call off the game. This means to stop the game and maybe will let them play again in a better weather later on. So the referee will probably, so maybe possibly, will call off the game because it's too rainy. It's very heavy rain in here. So call off, of course, in the past I say called off, so I need to add ed to the verb and so on. Imagine you see this person eating crisps, or sorry, chips we call it, or fries in a restaurant, in a place, and you say, wow, this is not a civilized way of eating. So civilized, this means if I say he is a civilized person, so he is a polite, he follows or he doesn't disturb with his behavior the society or the community or the people around you. So you look very tidy, very clean, polite, doing everything with good manners. So this is not a civilized person because he is eating in this way, which is, not acceptable in general in public when you eat in a public place like a restaurant or a cafe. So is he eating in a civilized way? No, he isn't. Is he eating in a messy or neat way? So of course it's a messy way, but not neat. Neat is tidy and clean and good behaved, but messy is in a mess, which means in a not good, clean and tidy, or with good behavior, good manners when we eat. So he is eating in a messy way. It looks uncivilized. So the opposite of civilized is uncivilized, right? So we add "un" to make the opposite of the word. Now the teacher here is maybe explaining for her students. So is the teacher conducting class now? This means, is she working on the class now? She is teaching now. So conduct is to plan and do and work on the plan you did. So this means the teacher maybe before this time she planned, she prepared her lesson. Now she is doing the lesson. She is in the process of giving the lesson. So this is what we mean by conducting. So yes, she is teaching. So, but do teachers usually conduct tests every class? Do you think that we do test every class? No, we do, or we conduct tests every week, maybe once a week, maybe once a month. but not every class. So conduct is to do after a good plan, right? Or you plan and do, so you are well prepared for your mission or what you are doing, I mean. Now, this student is looking at his laptop, maybe had to read, oops, sorry, there we are. Yes, had to read from maybe a dictionary or a reference book. So what we are doing here, the verb is, or the word is confused. Now, the verb is confused without D, right? And in the past, it's confused, confused. Now, I use the past participle, I mean verb 3, with the D, confused, to use it as an adjective. So if I say he looks confused, this means he is unable to understand. He feels like it's really difficult. I can't understand it. So does the student look confused? Look at his face. He putting his hands on the head. So yes, he does. He looks really confused. So he doesn't understand the homework. So is the homework confusing? Yes, it is. It's difficult to understand. So I need you to think of the difference between confused and confusing. So generally with ed, or we call it past participle of the verb, it is something that happened, but I received it. So I am confused. So it happened to me that I am confused. But if it is with ing, and this is what we call it present participle, like confusing, so this means it causes somebody else to feel confused. Okay, so is it confusing? Yes, it is. I am confused. It is like the place is interesting and I am interested to visit the place. So this is the same difference between confused and confusing. So with ed, or we call it past participle, I received the effect happened on me. But with ing, or we call it present participle, the situation or the other side is making the effect on me or to me. Now, courteous, when you are polite, so you help the old people, we call them the elderly. So when you help them, you are courteous. This means maybe you open the door for them, like this little girl. Maybe you help them carry heavy stuff for them. Maybe you open the door for them. Maybe you help them maybe in any situation. So is it courteous to hold the door open for people? Yes, it is. Even not just old people, even any person. I go to university, I open the door. Before I leave the door to close itself, I mean, I look behind. If I see any people coming, following me, trying to get into the same door, I should hold it and wait for them to go through it. So this means I show them a courteous, habit I have, or I look courteous person. This means I am polite, right? So yes, it is. Now, should you be courteous and help the elderly? Yes, you should. So yes, people should be polite, courteous, so they help all people all the time, because this is a politeness. So look at here, we have a contract. And generally, when I start to work at university, in a company, wherever, there is a kind of a paper contract. So this is a paper one. Look at it, and I have a pen to fill in information, my name, whatever, the day. So it is a contract. So what is a contract? A contract is a legal document, and it's a paper agreement. So we agree, me and the company, that I would work, for example, for specific hours, and they will pay me for a specific amount of money, and so on. So this is a legal document. So the word document in here is a paper, a piece of paper maybe, or it is filled in, with information. So this is, we call it a document. So it's not just a contract. So any paper with some information written on it, I call it a document. So it could be like maybe a contract, could be a lecture, could be a marriage certificate, maybe death certificate, maybe a birth certificate, and so on. These are all, we call them document. Now look at the picture. I think he is about 60, 70 years old. So is he young? No, he isn't. He is an elderly man. So what we mean by elderly is that old people, right? So should you or should young people help the elderly? Yes, they should take care of the elderly. So elderly are people who are old, or actually quite old. Maybe from 60 and above. So you think of an over more than 60, I would call them the elderly, right? What are these? I can see mobile phones in here. So they are smartphones, right? Are they electronic devices? Yes, they are. You should turn off all electronic devices when you ride an airplane. Now, when you drive a car, you can't use your phone because it could distract you and this could lead to a car accident. Now, if you go on a flight, take your flight from your city to another one, you will hear the captain or the pilot, we call him, announcing that please turn off all your electronic devices. This means that maybe your laptop, your iPad, your phone, any electronic that use electricity to use them, to work them. They have battery inside, you need to charge it to work. So these, we call them electronic devices. So laptops, computers, mobile phones, iPad, iPhones, and so on. I see two police members here, man and woman, but what's their job? What's their job in our society in general? They need to enforce the law. So what we mean by enforce? Enforce is a verb, and in the past it's enforced. So I add D only because it ends with E. So I say enforced, enforced. So enforced, to make sure that law is followed by people, right? So if I want to enforce the law, this means people will follow the rules, will follow the laws in a society. So for example, can you see this example? They enforce the law, they make sure people follow the rules. Who enforces the law? Police officers enforce the law, right? So enforce is to make sure that all people follow the rules, nobody will break the rules. So the police have the authority, the police officers have the authority to enforce laws. Now, this man is in the library. He is in the middle. He is on the phone, laughing, shouting, crying, maybe. I don't know, but he is making noise. So this is not a good etiquette, not good behavior, not good manners in a library. Why? Because in a library, you should be careful. Other people are reading, so don't disturb them. Don't make a noise. Keep the place quiet so people can read, right? So they can focus and understand what they are reading or doing. Now, is the man following good library etiquette? Now, the word etiquette is the manners we should follow, we should practice in the public place so people will respect me. I show them respect. I don't disturb them. I don't annoy them. So no, he isn't. He is talking loudly on the phone, of course. what is good etiquette in the library? So you should be quiet and turn off your phone so you don't disturb others. So etiquette is the manners, how we behave, right? Now, in English, in any rule, actually, we call them something exceptions to the rules. So what does that mean? Now, the word is exceptions. You can see it underlined here. I can see here exceptions, and it is in a plural. Sorry. So with no s, it's exception, singular noun. So it is a noun word. Now. If you look at the picture here on the other side, person, people. So what's the regular way or rule in making plurals in English? It is just to add s, like exception, exceptions, right? But in here, we have different way of making plural. Person, people, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, child, children. So we are not adding s. So I'm not saying person or like, for example, tooths, no way. Children, or sorry, child, I can't say childs, right? So this is breaking the rules of making plural. So this is what we call it exceptions. So this doesn't follow the rule, the general rule, which is adding s. Now, so does these words follow the regular grammar rule? No, because we can't add s to the word to make it plural. So they are exceptions. So they don't follow. They break the rule, and they are a different way in making them, like mouse, mice, right? So we change some word. We don't add s. Now sheep. And sheep is the same, so in singular and plural. So fish, fish. Now goose, geese. So we don't add s, we don't follow the rule. So why are they exceptions to the rule? Because we don't add s to the word to make it plural, of course. So these are exceptions. So exceptions or exception is not following the rule or the general or regular rule. I can see this lady, she is an expert actually. So the word expert is very knowledgeable person who has great knowledge about specific subject maybe, or specific area of knowledge. So what are experts? Experts are people who know a lot about a subject or about a specific area of knowledge. So who is she? Her name is Dr. Hayat Sindhi. She is an expert in biotechnology. She has a PhD. Now, what do we have here? We have the word expert. So expert is a knowledgeable person who has more knowledge about a specific area of knowledge or a subject in knowledge in general. So she is an expert, and the plural is experts. We add S. Now, I can see maybe a man and his wife or sister or friend, but they are talking on the mobile. They are not face to face talking to each other. So the word face to face is to meet with each other and talk directly to each other. Now, are they talking face to face? No, they are talking on the phone. For you, do you prefer face-to-face conversation or texting? Because some people prefer to sit together and speak together face-to-face, but other people like to text each other, like on WhatsApp or maybe messages on mobile phone or emails maybe. So face-to-face is to meet, speak to each other, see each other, with maybe have eye contact together. So this is face to face. But well, I can see those people doing their shopping in a mall, maybe. So what are they doing? They are patiently waiting in line. So are they following the rules? Yes, they are. They are not pushing or cutting the line. So patiently, this means they can, or they wait for a long time without getting angry, without showing bad manners or bad reactions to what is going on. So they need to be patient. They wait till they are served by the cashier, maybe. So they are following the rules. This means, for example, the lady here, she is waiting, so she doesn't go walk and take the place here in front of this man with a suit. Why? Because she is following the rules. The rules is that you need to stay in the line. You don't cut the line and move between people to be served before them. This is impolite. So you are following the rules. And in here, when I say hello, I shake hands with my friend. In some countries, they might, look at this picture here. So they have a different way of greeting each other. So greeting is to say hello, to show respect, start your conversation before starting talking to each other. You meet the person, you greet him or her. So some of them do like what they have here in the picture, like in China maybe, or in Japan. But in here, they shake hands. Maybe it depends on the culture of every country. But all cultures agree that we should greet each other when we meet. Maybe even if we are friends, even if we are brothers, even if we don't know each other, we should greet each other. Then we start talking with each other. So how do people in Canada greet each other? They shake hands. And here they bow. So look at them, how they move their body, the top part of their body a bit ahead. So this is how they show respect and greet each other. Right. So if you want to say sorry and you don't take the invitation, if somebody invites you maybe for a meal out or to watch a movie in a cinema out with your friend, like they invite you, but you don't have time, so you just reject. You can say, "Oh, I can't do it today." So this is what we call it. I will have to pass. So when you say I will have to pass, this means I can't do it. I'm sorry. This is actually you are refusing or rejecting the invitation. So look at the conversation now. Do you want to watch a movie tonight? Now the other person said, sorry, but I'll have to pass. And you need to tell why you can't take it. So you say, I have a lot of homework to do. So this means in a polite way, you are rejecting an invitation somebody have maybe or has given to you, like they invited you to go, but you just can't do it, you reject it, but in a polite way, right? And you can explain why you can't do it, right? Underline is an immediate response. This means you straight away, you immediately, you act immediately to what you are asked to do. For example, when should you give an immediate response? You should give an immediate response to your parents' questions. This means you, with no time, with very, very short time, you should answer the others. Maybe they ask you, so you immediately, in a very short time, you should answer them. If they ask you to do something, if they want you to say something, you should immediately show an immediate or give an immediate response. This means you don't just ignore it, you don't neglect it, you don't leave it for a long time to do it. No, you immediately, this means in a very short time, you do it or react to it. Now, underline is leave me hanging. Now, leave me hanging is not giving an answer. So you don't say yes or no. You just stay neutral. You don't tell what the answer is. So imagine this mom is asking her child, so did you pass the test today, for example, at school? And the child is, so he doesn't tell yes or no. So she doesn't know the answer. So the mom will tell him, don't leave me hanging. This means you can't just keep me with no answer. You should tell me yes or no. So, right? So tell me yes or no. So don't leave me hanging. This means please answer my question clearly. Give me yes or no answer. Of course, leave, the past of leave, before we move to the next slide, leave is the present simple tense for the verb. In the past tense, we use left, which is L-E-F-T. So we spell it in a quite different way. So L-E-F-T, this is in the past, while leave in present. So leave, left, left. Now, look at the cloud. It's very dark cloud in the sky. So maybe it's probably raining very soon. So it will rain probably. So what we say, will it likely rain today? This means now likely. This means is it possible? Possibly, probably. I would say expectation that it will rain. So yes, it's likely. So it is possibly will rain today, for example. Do you think there will be a tornado? Yes, it's likely. It's very windy. So because it's very windy, so we expect it's possible that we have a tornado. Now, the word likely is an adverb. It means possibly, probably. We expect something to happen. Now, I can see this picture. This man is with a boy are lifting something from floor. And here they are cleaning the floor. But what's on the floor here? We have paper, trash. So this is what we call it litter. Now, in the top picture here, this driver is, or the man on the car is throwing out some trash or litter from his car, which is not good to do this. In some countries, if you are caught by cameras to do this or police will see you, you will be fined. You should pay money for the government or the police. So you would pay a fine if you do this because it's wrong. Now, what is he doing? He is littering. So the word litter could be a verb, could be a noun. As a verb, litter, so we add ing because we have is. So this is present continuous. So he is littering. He is throwing trash on the ground. Now, what are they doing here in the picture too? How can we help? So we can pick up litter, and this is a noun now. Litter is a noun, and throw it in the garbage can. So we take them all in this plastic bag and put them in a place which is specific or, designed to be used for garbage. So we put all the litter in that place. We call it a bin or garbage can. So litter can be a verb, can be a noun. This lady on the top picture is reading, studying, thinking of what could be in my test. What kind of questions I might have in the test next week or tomorrow. So she's looking forward to the test. So this means, when I say looking forward to the test, this means she is happily and excited to do something for that, like to do the test. But in this picture, she looked really scared. So she is not looking forward to the test. Why? Because she looks scared. But the boy, look at the boy. He is happy. He is smiling. He is holding this ball in his hand like he's looking forward to the game. So he is excited. So looking forward is excited, happy to do something or to meet or to do any, like maybe I'm looking forward to meeting you. This means I am happy and I can't wait to meet you, right? So I'm excited to meet you. But the lady here is scared, so she is not looking forward to the test. So she is doing a presentation, this lady in this slide. And the others are watching and maybe asking her some questions. So what is she doing? She is giving a presentation. So she is telling something about maybe project ideas and so on. But look at her eyes with this man with his hand like with a forefinger towards her or pointing finger. So he is maybe looking in her eyes, she is looking in his eyes. So this is what we call it, make eye contact with people. So if I make eye contact with people, I look into their eyes, they look into my eyes. So we look at each other in in eyes of each other. This is a kind of respect when you speak to each other. So please don't look away while you others are talking to you, because you should show respect when you make a kind eye contact with them. So what should she do while giving her presentation? And you later, when you do your presentation at university, you should make eye contact with everyone in the room. So as a teacher, for me, when I teach at university, I look in all directions, in all places. I mean, in this side, on the right, on the left, in the middle, in the back, in front. I should keep an eye contact with my students. So I make sure that they are following, and I make sure I am respecting everyone when talking to them with my eye contact. I mean, if you see this person, he is looking away and smiling and maybe busy, so he doesn't show any interest or respect to her. So there's no eye contact in this situation for this person. And the picture down here, we can understand what we mean by eye contact, make eye contact. And the past, you can say made eye contact. The baby on the floor, or the girl, maybe a child, she's not, she is maybe angry, she is upset, but she is shouting, maybe, lying on maybe an even dirty floor in a public place. So maybe people look at her like she could annoy people by her screams. Look at this lady is looking at her. So maybe her father or his friend, not happy. They're trying to stop her doing this. So does this child have good manners? Is that good manners, like to do in a public place, like in a cafe here? No, he doesn't. I would say, well, maybe she, as a girl, I guess, she doesn't. She is screaming and not listening. She doesn't listen to her daddy's instructions or directions or words like, please don't do it, stop it, don't scream in here, please, or should we go? And she doesn't want, so she started screaming on the floor. So this is not good manners. So manners is how we behave, how we react, how we speak, how we maybe even dress, how we socialize with others. Are we listening to them carefully? Are we listening with good eye contact? Are we listening with a polite way? So this is all what we call it manners. So what is an example of good manners? An example of good manners would be waiting quietly and patiently. So I need to wait For example, in a queue, in a line, as we saw in the previous slide, when people are patiently, quietly standing in the line, waiting for their turn to be served in a mall or by the cashier. So manners here is the word. Of course, we generally use it in plural because we are talking about a plural word, which means any behavior, any reaction we do. So we talk it, or we use it generally in plural with S. We don't say manner when we talk about behavior. So we say, does he have good manners? We can't say, does he have a good manner? No, because now manner as individual, singular word, could have different meaning, right? So look at this car. It's a car accident, but where is the car? Or I would say, what happened to this car? So what happened to the car is it hit the pole. Now the pole is here, you can see it's in the middle in front here. This is a pole, and generally it helps, like on the top of it we have lights, so we can see in the road. So the road is has lights, so people can walk out, can see in the dark. So pole, this is the pole as we see here. Is the pole damaged? No, it isn't. The car is damaged. Right. So pole is a noun. We can make it plural as adding s to it, right? Now, if you are on a plane, you're taking your flight to your home country or backing to your home country, and you might have this girl in the back, and she's doing like this in the picture. So is she polite? No, she isn't. She is kicking the seat. So polite is to have good manners, to show respect to others. But the opposite of it is impolite. So we add im before it. So it's one word, impolite. So is it impolite to kick someone's seat? Yes, it is. It's very rude. So the girl here is really rude. She is putting her feet and kicking maybe the seat of this passenger in front of her here, right? So he is not happy. Look at his face. Okay. When you get into a shop or at home, sometimes you need to push the door. Sometimes you need to pull the door. So push is to, like in this picture, you can see the yellow person, the picture in yellow. This person is pushing, not pulling. So pull is to hold the handle and take it toward you, but push is to, push, is to use your hands, sometimes your feet, but always your hand is better, by giving more power to the door to make it away to the other side of you. So you are pushing it to, inside the house or the shop you're going to. So how can we open this door? We must push it. Push is a verb. In the past, we add ed, so I say pushed. We push all doors to open them? No, we pull some doors. So push, and the opposite is pull. And again, pull is by adding ed to make it past. We have it rely on, and rely on is a verb expression, of course. Rely in the past is relied, so we had to take the y out and put ied. So relied on. So rely, if it's like I come back to people who I trust and rely on them. This means I depend on them, I trust them, and I'm sure, I feel that they can do what I ask them, or when I need their help, I rely on them so they can help me. So who can we rely on when we are sad? We can rely on our friends, our family. We can trust them. So when I rely on somebody, I trust him, right, or her, that they will help me if I need for help. I mean, so they can help me. I rely on them. Look at the family here. The friends are good friends, two friends. I can rely on them when I'm sad, when I have trouble, when I have problem. I can come back to them and rely on them because I trust them. Now, respect is to be polite. So respect could be a verb, could be a noun. So who should we respect? We should respect our parents, for example, right? So respect to show polite manners and be, obedient to our parents or old people. Like when I respect them, I show them good manners, polite manners, do what they ask me to help them, care about them, care of them, and so on. In India, generally, we put our hand, we touch, the foot or one foot of the father or the grandmother or grandfather. This means we respect them, and this is part of their culture. So respect is a verb. We should respect. So respect is a verb. In the past I say respected, so I add ed. Now, as a noun, do you also give respect to your teachers? Yes, I do. Now, give respect, this is a noun. So the give is a verb, but respect is a noun. And we don't make it plural. So I don't say I give respects. No, I don't add s. It is uncountable noun. And it is at the same time a verb, which is regular verb. And it doesn't, so I show respect. I respect my father, I show respect to. So if it is a noun, I should use to after it. If it is a verb, I don't need any preposition. I say I should respect my parents and so on. I don't have preposition in here. Do you think the man is polite or rude? Look at this picture. He is speaking talking on his phone in a bus, which is a public place for everybody to use. But the lady in black is not happy. She is, putting her hand on the ear. She doesn't want to hear him speaking maybe loudly. And this man is also not happy. Look at his face, as a reaction on his face. So is he polite or rude? Actually, he is rude. Why? Because he is talking loudly on his phone in a bus. So rude is actually the opposite of polite, which means to behave in a bad way. So this could annoy others. What should he do? He should talk quietly on a public bus. So he should be careful, talk quietly with no loud voice, noise, whatever, shouting or laughing loudly in a bus or even in any public place. This is rude. This is opposite to polite, and other people don't accept it. They feel upset, they feel angry, they feel like, oh, what is this? He is rude, right? So don't be rude in public place. I can see this lady is about to what? To sneeze. So sneeze, when you have flu or what we call it, cold, bad cold. So it is, if you remember, we had the word blow your nose and your nose. This means you, by your own will, to clean your nose. But in here, sneeze is the pressure of air like will go out of your nose and mouth at the same time, but it is not you who will decide to do it. It happens, it is out of your control. Maybe because if you have, you smell maybe some spices maybe in the kitchen, maybe some dust when you clean, or you have flu. So it's unwillingly will happen with you. I mean, it will unwillingly, so it's out of your will to happen. And of course, what you need to do is to get a tissue in your hand before it happens. So be ready to make it in front of your mouth and nose to stop the maybe some virus will move around to others. So sneeze as a verb, sneeze as a noun, but sneeze as a verb is a regular verb, so we add d, sneezed. Okay, what should you do after you sneeze? You should wash your hands, and we can see in this picture for healthy habits like to wash your hands every time you sneeze. Now in here, we have this underlined, which is sounds good. And this is an expression we use when, for example, if I give you a suggestion, if I recommend you to do something, or if I just advise you to do something, or I maybe suggest like, okay, do you think it's a good idea to, or for example, you can say, let's go for, how about the cinema? How about a movie tonight? How about coffee out today? And you tell me, whoa, sounds good. This means I agree with you. I love your idea. I accept your idea. I find it's great idea. So when I say, let's meet at the cafe at noon and drink coffee, and you tell me, oh, sounds good. I love coffee. So you agree, right? So sounds good. I mean, it's spoken. We use it in spoken English or in speaking more than in writing. And generally, it shows acceptance, or you accept what somebody suggests and you agree with them. You think it's a great idea. Now, look at here, stand in line. Stand in line. Look at how long is this line. So you need to stand in line. This means you stand behind or in front of people. But the point is that you stay one followed by one, not three or four together. A line, this will make a line if you think of it or see the whole image. So standing in line, what are they doing? They are standing in line. So where do we stand in line? Generally, we stand in line maybe in airports, banks, supermarkets, especially, when there is when we have a big number of passengers in airports, so we need to stay in line till our package or luggage to be, weighed, and our ticket will be stamped. Then we move on to the plane. Stand. The past of stand is stood. So S-T-O-O-D. So I stood in line. I am standing in line. Now in here, what can we see here? So it is like, if you remember in the previous one of the slides we had, I will pass that. This means I can't do it, or in a polite way, you apologize that you can't accept the invitation. Now in here we have a similar situation, and it is, I think my colleague who did it forgot to underline it, which is take a rain check. This is the expression, we did it in part one vocabulary. Take a rain check. Again, it is like you refuse to do it, but you probably maybe do it next time or later on. You possibly do it later on. So the conversation happens like between A and B, say, let's go shopping. Now B will say, oh, sorry, I will have to take the rain check. So take the rain check. This means I can't do it now. I have too much homework. Look, so you reject the invitation, but still there is a possibility to do it. And they say, okay, next time then. This means we do it next time. So, or later on in another day. So this is again, take a rain check. In the past, I say I took a rain check. So in the past, TOOK, took is the past of take. And this is to reject the invitation, and you probably make it or do it later. Here we have text. So if I text you, this is a verb. I am texting you, a verb in present continuous. I prefer texting, this is gerund, we call it a noun in here. And sometimes I usually use texts when I communicate. Again, this is noun. So text could be a verb, could be a noun. Look at here, do you prefer texting or face-to-face conversation? So text is to write few words as a message on a mobile phone or email and send it, right? So this is what we call it by text. Now, I like face-to-face conversation. So how often do you text? So text is a verb here. In the past, of course, we had ed, texted. So do you often, how often do you text your friends? I text them every day. So this is a verb. So this means to send by using mobile phone, few words to your friends. Tip could be a verb, could be a noun. So you should, or should you tip, this is a verb. You can say, if I am the restaurant manager, or I can say, we take tips, and here is a noun. Now, as a verb, we make it like in here, look at here. Tip is to give some money. For example, if my coffee is for $10 US, so, and I give, for example, $2 extra as a tip. So this is to give to the waiter or to the one who served you the amount of money, the extra amount of money I pay is a tip. So you should tip, or should you tip your server? So server is the one who offers you the coffee or serve you in a cafe to give you the coffee. So in America, yes, you should. How much should you tip? And some places tell you how much, other places don't tell you. So it's up to you to tip how much you tip like. So you should give 15% of your total. So if it's like $10, so you should pay $1.50 as a tip, right? So tip is a verb and noun. We have the word treat. Treat is a verb. So this means how you deal with others, how you behave and react to them. So what is the golden rule? The golden rule is that you should treat others the way you want to be treated. So treat in the present, treated in the past, and treated in the past possible. Treat, treated, treated. Now, it is a verb, so how you deal with others. So if you like people to deal with you politely, you should be polite with them and deal with them politely. So this is the golden rule in here. What does it mean? It means we should be nice to others, so we will be nice. They will be nice to me. So if I am polite, they will be polite to me. If I am nice and kind, they will be kind and nice to me. Turn it down. And this is again, if you don't accept the invitation. Look at here, somebody is inviting somebody, but this person is not happy. Look at the letter now, the invitation letter here. So I think it's a kind of impolite way to reject the invitation, maybe. But later you could accept the future invitation. So did the blue man accept the invitation? No. Look at him in the middle here. He didn't. He turned it down. So he rejected the invitation. So turn in the past is turned. I add ed, right? Now, Will he accept a future invitation from the green man? Probably not. Look at here. He will turn down the invitation again. So this is a kind of, he always reject or doesn't accept the invitation, even in the future. But if you remember, when we said I'll have to pass that, or we have the other one is to take the check. Well, just let me just have a look at it again. It is here. Where is it? I'll have to pass. This means you are rejecting because you have something more important, but this is in a polite way you said it, right? And if you, where is it? Take a rain check, again, in a polite way, you reject the invitation and you might do it next time. But with here, this person, it's really a rude way or impolite way. So turn it down is a bad way to reject the invitation, right? So just try to think of the difference between the way how we reject invitation. The last slide here. Sorry. So look at this man or guy in blue. People are in a line, but he comes and jump in the middle of the line. So this is bad. So he should wait his turn. This means he should stay in the line as other people are have arrived before him. So he should take his turn and wait in his turn. Wait his turn. This means to be patient and polite and stay in the line, right? So what did he do? He cut the line. He jumped. Sorry, he jumped in the middle. So what should he do? He should wait his turn. He should go to the end of the line and wait for his turn, okay? So these are, well, a kind of more exercise we did today on the vocab. We did them in part 1, vocabulary for unit 4. I wish you have enjoyed it. Please keep reviewing them. Some of them are very close in meaning, like when we say rejecting an invitation. And wish you all the best. We meet again, and thank you very much.